Hey there, fellow knowledge seekers, and welcome back to the All Sorts podcast. You know, we love to take deep dives into all sorts of fascinating topics, and today is no exception. We're going to plunge headfirst into the world of intelligent systems of computing and informatics.
Now, that's a mouthful.
I know, right? But trust me, this book is a treasure trove of insights from global experts. It'll make you rethink the future. It's all about AI that decodes your emotions, algorithms, inspired by nature and technology, tackling everything from cybersecurity to clean energy. Buckle up, everybody. It's going to be a wild ride.
What really struck me about this book is its focus on real-world applications.
Yeah.
It's not just a bunch of abstract theories. It's about how these systems are already making a difference, especially in this fourth industrial revolution.
Right. The IR 4.0, the fusion of the physical, digital, and biological worlds.
Exactly. It's a pretty exciting time to be alive.
Okay, so we're not just talking about robots taking over the world, which honestly is a bit of a relief.
Yeah, no Skynet here.
But how these intelligent systems can actually enhance our lives and solve real problems. Before we go any further, can we just break down this term intelligent systems? The book uses it a lot, but what's it actually mean?
Sure. So the book defines intelligent systems of computing and informatics as systems that learn, adapt, and make decisions much like we humans do.
So like little mini maze run around in our computers.
Well, not exactly, but they do leverage tools like AI machine learning and complex algorithms to analyze data, solve problems, and even predict future trends.
Okay, so it's not just about creating machines that think like us, but also about using those machines to help us understand ourselves better. Speaking of which, Chapter 4 totally caught my eye. It's all about using brainwaves to decode our emotions. Now that sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
It does, doesn't it? But it's very real. Our brains constantly generate electrical signals called EEG signals or brainwaves.
Brainwaves, huh? I've heard of those.
Yeah, and those signals can reveal a lot about our emotional state. The challenge is that EEG data is incredibly complex and noisy. It's like trying to have a conversation in a crowded room.
I can only imagine. So how do scientists make sense of all that noise and figure out what our brains are trying to tell us about our emotions?
That's where intelligent systems come in. Researchers are using machine learning algorithms to analyze that EEG data and find patterns that correspond to different emotions like happiness, sadness, anger, even boredom.
So we're talking about AI that can read our minds. That's both amazing and a little creepy.
It's definitely cutting-edge stuff, and it has huge potential for things like mental health diagnostics. Imagine being able to diagnose conditions like depression or anxiety more accurately and earlier just by analyzing brainwaves.
Wow. That could be a game changer for mental health care. But wait a minute. You mentioned something about using the binary bat algorithm for feature selection bats. Seriously, how do bats fit into all of this?
I know it sounds strange, but it's actually quite ingenious. The binary bat algorithm takes inspiration from how bats use echolocation to navigate and hunt in the dark.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. So how do bats help us understand human emotions? Tell me more.
Well, imagine a bat sending out sound waves. Those waves bounce off objects, and the bat uses the echoes to map its surroundings. The binary bat algorithm works in a similar way. It sends out these virtual sound waves into the EEG data. Those waves bounce off the most important features, and the algorithm uses the echoes to identify the patterns that distinguish different emotions. It's like the algorithm is listening for the most important signals in the brain.
That is so cool. But what can we actually do with this ability to decode emotions? What are the real-world applications?
The possibilities are endless. Think about mental health diagnostics, like I mentioned. We could diagnose conditions more accurately and earlier, but it goes beyond that. Imagine AI systems that are more emotionally intelligent AI that can understand and respond to our emotions in a more human-like way.
So we're talking about virtual assistants that can sense when we're stressed and offer support, or robots that can provide companionship to those who are lonely.
Exactly. This technology could have a profound impact on our well-being.
It's incredible to think that we can now use technology to not only understand the world around us, but also delve into the complexities of our own emotions. But now let's shift gears a bit and talk about a topic that's all about protecting ourselves in the digital world. Cybersecurity. Chapter 8 of the book paints a pretty alarming picture of the threats facing educational institutions. It mentions millions of malware attacks targeting these institutions in just a single month.
It's a real concern, and the chapter focuses specifically on phishing attacks. Those emails or messages that try to trick you into giving up your personal information, they're becoming incredibly sophisticated.
Yeah, I've gotten a few that almost had me fooled. So how do we protect ourselves? Is it just about being more careful? Or are there other ways to fight back against these cyber threats?
Well, being cautious is definitely a good start. But the book highlights the importance of awareness programs. They use a multifaceted approach using posters, infographics videos, even interactive seminars to educate people about the dangers of phishing and equip them with the skills to identify and avoid these scams.
So it's all about empowering individuals to be more cyber savvy.
Exactly. It's about giving people the knowledge and tools they need to protect themselves in the digital world. And of course, intelligent systems have a role to play here as well. Think about AI-powered email filters that can learn to recognize phishing attempts or machine learning algorithms that can analyze network traffic for suspicious patterns.
So it's like having an AI bodyguard for our inboxes and our networks, constantly scanning for threats.
Precisely. And as these technologies continue to evolve, we can expect to see even more sophisticated cyber defenses in the future.
That's reassuring, because it seems like the bad guys are always one step ahead. But now let's dive into something a bit more unexpected. Chapter 9 takes us into the world of predicting fat depth in lamb carcasses.
I know it sounds a bit random, but it's a great example of how intelligent systems are being applied in industries you might not expect.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Why is predicting fat depth in lamb carcasses even important? I mean, I enjoy a good lamb chop, but I never really thought about the science behind it.
Well, in the meat industry, accurately predicting fat depth is crucial for optimizing processing, ensuring quality control, and ultimately getting those delicious lamb chops to your plate at the right price. It's all about efficiency and consistency.
I see. So it's not just about the taste, it's about the entire production process. But how do intelligent systems fit into this?
Traditionally, fat depth was estimated using manual methods, which were time-consuming and prone to human error, or they used statistical models, which might not be accurate enough. But now researchers are using machine learning techniques, specifically something called random forest regression, to create highly accurate predictions of fat depth in lamb carcasses.
Random forest regression. That sounds pretty high-tech for the meat industry.
It is, but it's incredibly effective. These algorithms analyze vast amounts of data from images of the carcasses, taking into account things like breed age, even diet, to generate precise predictions of fat depth.
It's like having a superpowered meat inspector that can analyze hundreds of carcasses in seconds, ensuring consistent quality and optimizing the entire process.
Exactly. And the results speak for themselves. The chapter compares the performance of these machine learning techniques with traditional statistical models, and machine learning consistently outperforms the older methods. It's faster, more accurate, and more adaptable. It's a great example of how intelligent systems are changing the game, even in industries we might not typically associate with cutting-edge technology.
This is incredible. It seems like intelligent systems are popping up everywhere, from decoding our emotions to protecting us from cyber threats to optimizing meat production. It's like a technological revolution is happening right before our eyes.
Absolutely. And we're only just scratching the surface. This book offers a glimpse into a future shaped by intelligent systems, and it's clear that their potential is limitless.
It's both exciting and a little daunting, isn't it? But speaking of the future, one of the biggest challenges facing our planet is finding sustainable energy solutions. And Chapter 19 dives right into that, focusing on how researchers are using AI-enhanced simulation software to design clean energy systems.
It's an area with enormous potential. We're talking about harnessing the power of nature in a way that's both efficient and environmentally friendly.
Now, that's a future I can get behind. Imagine a world powered by clean, renewable energy. But what kind of simulation software are we talking about here? And how does AI make it even better?
The chapter highlights ANSYS, which is a powerful software used by engineers to simulate and analyze all sorts of complex systems. But what's really fascinating is how they're integrating AI into the software to make those simulations even more powerful and efficient.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Give me an example. How does AI actually improve these simulations?
Let's say you're designing a wind turbine. You have to consider so many factors: the shape of the blades, the wind speed, the materials used. You want to create a design that's both efficient and durable. Traditionally, engineers would run multiple simulations, tweaking different parameters each time to see how it affects performance. It's a time-consuming process.
I can imagine. A lot of trial and error.
Exactly. But with AI, the software can actually learn from each simulation. It identifies the optimal parameters and automatically adjusts the design to maximize efficiency. It's like having an AI assistant that helps you create the best possible design in a fraction of the time.
So AI is basically turbocharging the design process for clean energy solutions. That's fantastic. But simulations are just virtual models, right? How do we know these designs will actually work in the real world?
That's a great question, and the chapter addresses that directly. The researchers used ANSYS to simulate the design of a hydrokinetic turbine system. It's basically an underwater windmill that harnesses the power of river currents to generate electricity. It's a clean energy solution with enormous potential, especially in areas where traditional hydropower isn't feasible.
So they're using AI to design these underwater windmills. That's amazing. But how do they know the simulations will translate into a working system?
The AI-enhanced simulations allow engineers to not only test the overall design, but also delve into the finer details. Things like the shape of the hydrofoils, the angles of the blades, even the mesh density used in the simulation. This level of detail helps ensure that the virtual model accurately reflects real-world physics, increasing the likelihood of success when the design is actually built and deployed.
It's incredible how AI is helping us design clean energy solutions that could potentially power our world sustainably. It's really inspiring to see how technology is being used to address such a diverse range of challenges. But we've only just begun to explore the depths of this book. What other treasures are waiting to be discovered in the world of intelligent systems of computing and informatics? Stay tuned as we continue our deep dive in the next part of the All Sorts podcast.
All right, so where were we? Oh yeah, intelligent systems and their awesome applications.
It's like a never-ending buffet of technological wonders.
Speaking of applications, Chapter 10 explores the use of facial recognition to enhance security in MOCs, those massive open online courses.
Yeah, MOOCs, they're super popular these days. But with so many people taking online courses, security is a big concern. So how does facial recognition help?
Well, it's mainly used for verifying the identity of students taking exams. So no more having your friend take the test for you.
Right. It ensures the integrity of the learning process. It's like having a virtual proctor keeping an eye on everyone. That's pretty clever.
It is, and it's just one example of how intelligent systems are being used to enhance online education. But let's move on to Chapter 11, which focuses on a different kind of security challenge, improving surveillance in low-light conditions.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing. Like something out of a spy movie.
A little bit, yeah. Imagine being able to capture clear images and videos even in near darkness. It has huge implications for safety and security.
Absolutely. Think about nighttime surveillance or search and rescue operations in the dark. So how do they achieve that level of clarity in such difficult conditions?
It all comes down to image enhancement techniques powered by artificial intelligence. They're training algorithms on tons of low-light images, teaching them to identify and enhance the important details. It's like giving those cameras night vision.
Wow. So we're talking about AI that can see in the dark. That's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
What else is on the menu of intelligent systems?
Well, Chapter 12 takes us into a really fascinating realm, solving complex equations using algorithms inspired by nature.
Algorithms inspired by nature. Now, that's a concept I can really get behind. Nature has already solved a lot of the problems we humans are struggling with.
Exactly. We're talking about algorithms that mimic things like ant colonies, swarms of birds, even the way water flows downhill. These natural processes are surprisingly efficient at finding optimal solutions.
So instead of crunching numbers in a traditional way, we're letting nature guide us towards more elegant solutions. Can you give me an example of how this works in practice?
Sure. Imagine you're trying to find the shortest route between multiple delivery points in a city. An algorithm inspired by ant colonies could simulate how ants communicate and leave pheromone trails to find the most efficient path to a food source.
Oh, that's cool. Like a little ant army figuring out the best delivery route.
That's
So we're basically tapping into nature's wisdom to solve human challenges.
Precisely. And this approach can be applied to all sorts of optimization problems, from logistics and transportation to network traffic and resource allocation.
It makes you wonder what other secrets nature holds that could inspire future innovations. But I have to admit, chapters 13 and 14 seem a bit intimidating. They delve into some pretty heavy math stuff. Advanced methods for numerical analysis using intelligent algorithms.
I understand it can seem daunting, but it's actually quite fascinating. Numerical analysis is basically the study of algorithms that use numerical approximation to solve problems in mathematical analysis. It's the foundation of many fields, from engineering and physics to finance and economics.
Okay, so it's not just about abstract math equations. It has real-world applications. But how are intelligent systems changing the game in this field?
Traditionally, numerical analysis involved complex calculations that could be time-consuming and prone to errors. But intelligent systems are making those calculations faster, more accurate, and more efficient. They're also allowing us to tackle even more complex problems that were previously impossible to solve.
So we're talking about a whole new level of computational power. But I'm curious, how does this translate into tangible benefits for people in their everyday lives?
Well, think about designing safer airplanes and more efficient cars, developing life-saving drugs, predicting weather patterns with greater accuracy. These advancements rely on the power of numerical analysis enhanced by intelligent systems.
Wow. It's amazing how those seemingly abstract mathematical concepts have such a profound impact on our world. Well, let's move on to Chapter 15, which explores the world of optimizing biochemical production in microorganisms. Now, I'm fascinated by the idea of these tiny creatures playing such a vital role in our lives.
They're truly remarkable. Microorganisms are being used to produce all sorts of products from biofuels and pharmaceuticals to food additives and even biodegradable plastics.
It's mind-boggling to think that something so small can have such a huge impact.
Yeah.
So, how do intelligent systems help us harness the power of these microscopic factories?
Researchers are using sophisticated algorithms to optimize the genetic modifications of these microorganisms, maximizing their production of specific biochemicals. It's like fine-tuning the inner workings of these tiny organisms to make them produce exactly what we need.
It's like we're turning these microorganisms into little biofactories.
Exactly. And the results are quite impressive. They're able to significantly increase the production of valuable biochemicals, making these processes more efficient and cost-effective.
That's awesome. So we're using intelligent systems to create tiny but powerful factories that can produce everything from medicines to bioplastics. It's really pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It is, and it highlights the incredible potential of biotechnology. But let's shift our focus back to energy efficiency with Chapter 16, which is all about developing intelligent air conditioning systems.
With climate change on everyone's mind, finding ways to reduce energy consumption is more important than ever. So how are intelligent systems making our air conditioners smarter?
It's all about sensors, data analysis, and intelligent control. Imagine an air conditioning system that can learn your temperature preferences, adjust the airflow based on how many people are in the room, and even anticipate changes in the weather, all to optimize energy usage.
So it's like having an air conditioner that can think for itself. Pretty cool.
It is, and it's not just about comfort. It's about creating a more sustainable and environmentally friendly way to cool our homes and offices.
Now that's win-win. But let's step outside for a moment and take a breath of fresh air. Well, hopefully, Fresh Air, Chapter 17, takes us into the world of air quality data analysis, which is becoming increasingly important as we grapple with pollution.
You're right. Air pollution is a major global issue, and researchers are using intelligent systems to tackle this challenge head-on. Chapter 17 specifically discusses a software package called OpenAir that's used to analyze huge amounts of air pollution data.
OpenAir. What's so special about this software?
It's a powerful tool that allows researchers to visualize and analyze air quality data in incredible detail. They can create maps of pollution hotspots, track changes in air quality over time, and even identify correlations between pollution levels and things like traffic patterns or industrial activity.
So it's like having a magnifying glass for air pollution, allowing us to see the invisible threats and understand what's causing them.
Exactly. And this information is crucial for developing effective policies and interventions to reduce air pollution and protect public health.
It's fascinating how data analysis can empower us to make informed decisions and create a healthier environment. But now let's wrap up this part of our deep dive with something a bit more lighthearted. Chapter 18 explores the world of intelligent mobile beacon systems. Now, I have to admit, I'm not entirely sure what those are. Can you break it down for me?
Of course. You know those little Bluetooth beacons you sometimes see in stores or museums? They send out signals that your smartphone can pick up. Intelligent mobile beacon systems are taking this technology to a whole new level, using AI to personalize your experience.
Okay, I'm starting to see the possibilities. So let's say I'm at the mall. How would these intelligent beacons make my shopping experience better?
Imagine you're walking through the mall, and as you approach your favorite store, your phone buzzes with a notification. It's a personalized discount coupon just for you. Or as you pass by a new restaurant, you get a message with their menu and a special offer for first-time diners. It's all about delivering targeted information and incentives based on your location.
That's pretty cool. It's like having a personal shopping assistant in my pocket.
Yeah.
But are there any applications beyond retail?
Absolutely. We're seeing intelligent mobile beacon systems being used to improve safety and efficiency in hospitals. They can help track equipment, guide patients to their appointments, and even alert staff to emergencies. And in factories and warehouses, they can monitor inventory, track the movement of goods, and optimize logistics.
Wow, it's incredible how a technology that started out as a way to enhance shopping experiences is now being used in such diverse and important ways. It really shows the power of innovation.
It does, and it highlights the fact that we're only just beginning to explore the full potential of intelligent mobile beacon systems. As this technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more creative and impactful applications emerge.
Well, this has been quite a journey through the world of intelligent systems. It's amazing to see how this technology is being applied in so many different areas.
Right.
But we're not done yet. We still have one more part of our deep dive to go.
Yeah.
So stay tuned as we wrap up our exploration of intelligent systems of computing and informatics. Welcome back to the All Sorts podcast for the final leg of our deep dive into intelligent systems of computing and informatics. It's been quite the journey exploring the forefront of tech and its potential to shape a brighter future.
It really has. And one thing that stands out is the book's emphasis on the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs.
Oh, absolutely. Those
Yeah.
goals are all about tackling global challenges like poverty, hunger, clean energy, climate change. And it's inspiring to see how intelligent systems are being used to contribute to those efforts.
Absolutely. We've seen how these technologies are being applied to design clean energy systems, make food production more efficient, monitor air pollution, and even revolutionize healthcare.
It's a powerful reminder that technology can be a force for good, a tool for creating solutions and driving positive change.
And the book's last chapter really drives that point home. It emphasizes collaboration, ethical considerations, and the continued pursuit of knowledge and innovation. It's about working together using these powerful tools responsibly to ensure everyone benefits.
I love that emphasis on collaboration. It highlights how progress really comes from brilliant minds from all different fields coming together to solve these really complex problems.
Exactly. And we can't forget about the ethical considerations. As we develop these increasingly sophisticated intelligence systems, we need to be mindful of their impact on society, making sure they're used responsibly and for the benefit of all.
This deep dive has definitely sparked my curiosity. I'm eager to learn more about specific applications of intelligent systems, especially in areas like healthcare and sustainability.
Well, the book is a great starting point. It has references and further reading suggestions for each chapter. You can also explore online resources, research papers, even open source projects to dig deeper into specific areas that pique your interest.
So many possibilities. It's like opening a door to a whole new world.
Yeah.
What stood out to you the most during our exploration? Anything you're particularly curious about?
Honestly, I was blown away by the binary bat algorithm. Who would have thought that bats could help us understand human emotions? It's a testament to the power of bio-inspiration, looking to nature for solutions to complex problems.
I know, right? It just shows you that inspiration can come from the most unexpected places. And the potential applications of that technology are incredible. Personalized mental health care earlier and more accurate diagnoses, more effective therapies. It's truly groundbreaking.
Absolutely. And it really drives home the point that we've barely scratched the surface of what intelligent systems can do. The possibilities are pretty much limitless as these technologies keep evolving.
It's an exciting time to be alive. What we've learned today is that intelligent systems aren't just about robots and algorithms. They're about using the power of technology to solve real-world problems, understand ourselves better, create a more sustainable future.
It's about human ingenuity and innovation coming together to build a better world for ourselves and for generations to come.
Intelligent systems of computing and informatics. It's a must-read for anyone who's curious about the future and the transformative power of technology. It's a journey of discovery, a source of inspiration, and a call to action to use these tools wisely and ethically.
To all our fellow knowledge seekers out there, dive into this book, let your imaginations run wild. You never know, you might be the one to create the next groundbreaking intelligent system that changes the world.
That's it for this episode of the Deep Dive on the All Sorts podcast. We hope you enjoyed our exploration of intelligent systems of computing and informatics. If you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It helps us reach more curious minds like yours. And if you're craving more thought-provoking content, be sure to check out our other episodes. We cover a whole range of fascinating topics. You can find us on X, Instagram, and Threads. Just search for All Sorts Podcast and join the conversation. Until next time, keep those minds curious, those imaginations sparked, and never stop exploring the wonders of knowledge.